You're always gonna be behind me. Maybe get in front of me, and
How many pounds was the one that you carry? Yeah, it ate my arm, and, what was the smell? But it ate my smell, and he like pushed me aside and threw his line in, and then it caught it. Cause I was reeling him in, and he like.
Would you have rather have it gotten away?
No, but he didn't like try to help me set up my line. Or you didn't give me your pole.
I don't know if I sign her in or not.
Do you? I don't know.
She gets a little tired. Oh my goodness, you're getting so good. I almost got a smile.
Ready?
Is there somebody right out there?
Yeah, there's a couple of cars just pulled in.
Hey. Is there a sign-in sheet? Tim coming? I think that is do you need a pen to write down in the book? Any notes, whatever, I don't know if you want to or not.
Thank you, thank you.
I think we're ready. Does anyone need a pen to write notes in your book? I think we're ready. Anyone else a pen? Right here. John, you want to open the pen?
Okay, we'll call the meeting to order. 18:04, we'd like to start with a pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We're going to start this, and Susan starts this, correct?
Greetings in the name of the state of Maine. You are hereby required to notify and warn the Sports Plantation in said county and state, qualified to vote in plantation affairs, to meet at the town hall in said plantation on Thursday, June 18th, 2026 at 6:00 p.m. there to act on the following articles to wit. Article number 1, to nominate and elect a moderator to preside at said meeting. Any nominations?
I nominate Leslie Drew. Second.
And then who was after?
Any other
Oh,
nominations?
any other nominations? And then
nominations, please.
Okay. That.
Whatever I said.
Show by your card, and your.
All in favor?
Yeah, there you go.
Any opposed?
Thank you, Dave. There.
Hello. So a little housekeeping first, just to reiterate for those who may not be aware, that only registered voters in the town can vote. And you'll do that with a show of hands using your card. That'll help us determine, especially if it's close and you have to count. And if somebody who is not a registered voter would like to speak, the registered voters have to vote a 2/3 majority to allow them to speak their piece on the subject. And then, if you wanna speak, show of hands, I'll call on somebody, please no crosstalk between people, I'll call on people, as soon as I see their hands up. Okay, Article 2, to nominate and elect the municipal officers and directors for the school board, as are required to be elected. Article 2A, first assessor for a term of 1 year. Do I have a nomination?
I nominate Dave Rancourt.
Second. Do I have any other nominations? Seeing none, nominations cease. All those in favor of Dave Rancourt? All those opposed?
So who seconded it? Did you? Is that you? I didn't get
It
who
was Sharon.
seconded. Second.
I did.
Okay, thank you.
Article, 2B, second assessor for a term of 1 year. Do I have any nominations?
I nominate Charlie Hathaway.
I'll second.
Any other nominations? Seeing none, nominations cease. All those in favor of Charlie? All those opposed? Article 2C, third assessor for a term of 1 year. Do I have a nomination?
I nominate Justin Simpson.
I second.
Any other nominations? Seeing none, nominations cease. All those in favor of Justin as third assessor? Any opposed? Okay, Article 2D, school board chairperson for a term of 1 year. Do I have a nomination?
Who's the current?
Lindsay
That-
Weiser.
Yeah, she's not feeling well, so she's not coming tonight.
I'll nominate Lindsay.
I'll second.
Second. Any other nominations for school board chairperson? Seeing none, nominations cease. All those in favor of Lindsay? All those opposed?
Is that okay, because she's not here?
Yeah, I did that one other place. The person declined it after that, and then it was a problem, but she plans on running, right?
Wait, we could do this to
Yeah.
people who didn't show up.
I don't know how well that would work. You may have to come back and vote again. Yeah. I would recommend it if they already know they're being nominated for it. If not, it might not work out. We'll be back here again, so. Article 2E, school board second director. Do I have a nomination?
Nominate Sean Dubois. I'll second.
Any other nominations? Seeing none, nominations cease. All those in favor of Sean? All those opposed? Article 2F, school board third director. Do I have a nomination?
Who's the third person there?
That's-
Apparently, did we have one?
It was Matt Moore was elected to the position last year, but and Regina can correct me if I'm wrong, I don't believe he attended any meetings.
Larry hasn't.
And he's not here tonight, so.
Would anybody like to volunteer for the position?
We have about 4 meetings a year. They're lovely.
Okay, well, it looks like we may, with no nominations, we may have to pass over unless there's somebody that has spoken to you guys that's been interested.
You have to have a quorum on.
I do need a quorum, so. I need
I'll
at least-
volunteer.
Thanks, Scarlett.
So, okay, so do we have a nomination?
Can I nominate Scarlett?
I second.
Okay, good.
Is that a paid position?
Yes, it is.
35 a meeting for
45.
45 and then double that for the, double that for the chair.
I didn't get anything being on school board.
I get paid anything.
But there was like 15 school board, how many, 15 school board members at 74?
Oh, yeah.
50, yeah.
I know we don't.
Yeah, we didn't get paid.
So we're gonna,
Any other nominations? I was not. Okay, nominations ceased. All those in favor of Scarlett? All those opposed? Everybody's like, it's not me. So,
Thank you, Scarlett.
Thank you.
Okay, Article 3, to see what sum of money the plantation will raise and appropriate for Board of Assessors. The Board of Assessors recommends $24,550. Do I have a motion?
Can we have a breakdown?
So there's a breakdown at the beginning of the book. We've organized our book a little differently this year. There's a chart that will, that is specific to each one of these articles. And you'll see on page, 3, there's Board of Assessors and then the salaries that are associated with the Board of Assessors. So the sum down there under fiscal year 27 budget, that is the number that we're raising. And actually, you can see the budget in 26 compared to the budget in 27, nothing changed.
no, it did change a little bit, 105 for payroll for taxes, that's because we have to add the family medical leave
Oh,
Yeah.
right, okay.
taxes.
So, anyway, but that's the number that and that's gonna occur throughout this warrant. That's how it's organized. The breakdown is at the beginning of the book.
Motion to accept as written.
Okay, a second?
Second.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of Article 3 as recommended? All those opposed? Motion carries. Article 4, to see what sum of money the plantation will raise and appropriate for general administration. The Board of Assessors recommends $134,450. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion to accept as recommended.
Do I have a second? We can discuss it after the second.
A second.
Thank you. Any discussion?
What are the changes?
Again, you look at the chart that is following on page 3.
So if you want a quick look at any changes, that far right column will outline any positive or negative changes if you want a quick glance.
Right, so it looks like we are negative $11,842.
Less than last
Less
year.
than we raised last year for this same,
The total says 156
That includes the
minus
donations.
the 11.
yeah, that
That's because
includes,
it's got the donations, which we
yeah, there's
vote
an
on
asterisk
separately.
there that says donations are being voted on separately, so you have to, subtract that $22,150 from that $156,600, which
When are these books made available, other than tonight?
Maybe online.
we weren't able to pick them up until, I think, did I get on there too? I had to drive to Augusta Tuesday, I think it was, so. They have been on the website though, so they were posted on the website. The warrant was available at least 10 days ago. It was at Berry's, at both post offices.
I didn't realize, this is not like any criticism, man, I'm just asking.
Yeah,
We got a
No,
letter about it.
Well, just to
By
bring, you
law.
bring up a good point, because what you're trying to do is think on the fly.
Right.
You haven't had a chance to prepare, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, that's kind of always been that way, where you gotta kind of catch up when you're here. But they've been available for 3 or 4 days, and it has been on the website for probably pretty close to 10 days to 2 weeks.
Right, and the reason I'm thinking that way is because I feel like last time it was more like, this is what it's been, this is what it is, like, as we go through the warrants. Now I feel like I'm going like this, and this,
so
I mean-
we tried to simplify the format. This was, the accountant that we used as a, advisor this past year. He recommended that this follows the, chart of accounts for the fork. So basically, each article corresponds with the chart of accounts, and so he just said,
Kind of
make it
groups things and
simple.
categorizes stuff, rather than trying to go through one line after one line after one line, and that way, general mission, board of assessors, and as you go through public works, town hall, it just gives us that lump, instead of every single line trying to vote on every item.
It
Yes, and
also,
I-
it also allows, so for instance, if you look at general administration and let's just say unemployment, we're raising 350, but we actually needed to spend 400 for that particular line item, we're able to, because we're raising it under this, we don't have to go back to the town, we're able to, within this category, we've raised enough, we have more flexibility to use from different accounts.
If something's over and something's under, then we can, because it's all within this one, cost center, one department.
yeah, sure, yeah, no, I just was curious, and then it's kinda like exactly what you said, this is like, kinda like clicking on the fly, and going line item, like, who's getting cut, it's kind of as well, and let me think about, let's look at this real quick, as we move through these quickly, does something get passed over quickly, you know what I mean? Or get shuffled in there, and where you're voting on something, you maybe miss somebody with somewhere that might be getting cut that you didn't realize it, so, I mean, again, not a criticism, I'm sure this is a good method, but.
No, but it's something that we recognize, and that's, what, the impetus for why we sent that letter out, prior to the meeting, just to kind of get people to, be thinking about it before the meeting. A little bit of the rub on the timing with printing the books is, in order to get the most accurate depiction of our actual budget, you kind of have to get as close as you can to the end of that year, and then you have a crunch time to get it printed, and then that takes time. We don't live anywhere near a printer, so but that's why we put it online.
Yes, we've had it online, but the good thing about this is that this is what we're spending money on. There are no hidden, this is as transparent as it comes.
I'm not worried about hidden money or anything,
No,
really.
I'm just saying that this is, it spells it all out really clearly, and we just, for the warrant, for the sake of the warrant, it's clumped into, the main categories. But if you want specifics, then you have to go back to these charts.
Yeah.
So it does make you go back and forth, but.
If you look at the far right, it gives you the change, where we were over has no parentheses, where we were under, it has parentheses, from from the previous year. You take, for instance, legal services, we raised 5,000 last year, that was specifically for legal services associated with, dealing with the Moxie property. We haven't required any legal services, so we're not raising any this year, and that's why it's in parentheses. We were way under budget on that, because we haven't spent anything. And some of the other stuff, we're a little bit over budget, so if that's, what those numbers in the far right show. Parentheses are under, no parentheses, it's where we are over.
Yeah, okay.
Any other questions or comments on Article 4? Seeing none, all those in favor of Article 4 as recommended? All those opposed? Motion carries. Article 5, to see what sum of money the plantation will raise and appropriate for donations. My first question is, would you like to take these as a group or individually?
Individually.
Okay, I always wanted to ask, I know, I was told, but I always wanna ask first. Okay, Baker Mountain requested $1,000, do I have a motion?
I make a motion.
I second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? All those opposed? The Forks Area Trail Club, request of $7,000, do I have a motion?
I make a motion.
Second.
Any discussion?
Second.
Pick a
Me.
one.
I got it. I always have.
Do we have a representative here?
Any
Is
Any
this
discussion or
snowmobile or ATV or what?
It's
what
a
is it?
snowmobile.
What is it?
Snowmobile, it's snowmobile.
Okay, well, how about you?
But that's the same amount as last year, I believe, wasn't it? Is that done?
That's correct, yes.
Seeing no discussion, all those in favor? All those opposed? Jackman Regional Community, request of $250, do I have a motion?
What is that?
Yeah, I was gonna ask the same thing.
Sorry.
There's a letter in the
Oh.
book that will, anyway.
If you remember last year, we decided to require, organizations requesting a donation to submit a letter by April first, is it?
Yeah.
So by April first, they have to have their physical letter in our hands, and they need to include a financial statement of some kind about their spendings on the previous year. And even better if they send a little
I make a
narrative.
motion.
It goes for youth program.
Second?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other discussion? And then, we did a little backwards here. Okay, all those in favor? All those opposed? Lake Moxie ATV riders requesting $3,000, do I have a motion?
I make a motion?
A second.
Any discussion?
Could I speak, to that, that's,
He's representing the,
representing the club.
yeah.
I just wanted to give a couple updates of some kind of important funding that we recently received. We're certainly targeting the in-town trail from the Boise Road to Lake Moxie Road. We wrote a grant this year for, we're gonna wind up getting about $32,000 for that project. And I went to the county commissioners this past week and I've written a letter to them asking for TIF money for the unorganized territory because we didn't get access on the Lake Moxie Road. And they've awarded us $41,000 to upgrade that trail. And also, working with Western Mountain Brewers Corporation, they've given us $12,000 to go to that trail. So we should be in pretty good shape for both ATV and snowmobile season, for years to come. The work is starting immediately.
Nice. That is awesome.
Okay.
Thank you.
All those in favor of the Lake Moxie ATV? All those opposed? Lake Moxie campers with a request of $1,500. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion?
Second?
Second.
Any discussion?
What is that? Anybody know?
That's right,
The
Campers
Association.
The
road.
Campers Association.
The road?
Hills the Road, Chopdale Road. We have a representative here.
Not supposed to go on, not,
You can go for
cannot
road.
go towards road costs for that.
We know.
Well, someone was just saying it
Yes.
was for the road.
It's a general fund.
No.
Is
They can go for a
this
sign.
something they ask for money every year? I didn't realize that last year.
I almost wrote it down.
Mark, you wanna speak?
Any other questions or comments?
I'm not a resident, is it okay if I speak?
Yeah, it was a representative.
So I'm-
Yeah.
Represent Lake Moxie Camp Association. We don't, this money does not go towards the road. Can't go towards the road. We did send a financial statement to the town before April first. And we use this money to go towards, insurance for the officers. You know, in case somebody comes after us for getting hurt on the road or something. Also we have QuickBook. We have a pretty good budget, so we pay for QuickBooks for our treasurer and also to spend for mailings, to send out mailings and post office box mail, things like that that are not for the road.
Administrative costs.
Administrative costs that aren't directly related to the road.
Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor of the Lake Moxie campers for $1,500? All those opposed? Motion carries. Maine Public Radio, or Maine Public, Maine Public, requesting $150. Do I have a motion? We can always vote it down too, we just need to get it on the floor.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Second. Any, questions or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor of Maine Public for $150? All those opposed? Motion carries. North Cove Association for $2,000. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Any discussion?
Is there anyone here from that organization?
Doesn't look like it.
I am here from,
Oh, okay. From North.
if you have any questions.
If anybody has any questions, we do have a representative from that organization.
What do you do?
What's
What,
that?
what do you do? What is the
Well-
association for?
Fundamentally, what we do is we provide access to North Beach, the shores of Pleasant Pond, through a footpath and through our road system going in there, maintaining the beach, the signage, and, maintaining the facility, so it's for
For
the
public
residents.
use?
Yeah, for public
Yeah.
use,
And
basically.
parking too.
What's that?
You've been working on that parking. You've got-
Yeah, we have, but you know, that really isn't even our land, that's on Wagner land, but we do improve it.
We won't
Any-
tell them.
Any other, ask for forgiveness later. Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor of North Cove Association, $2,000? All those opposed? Old Canada Road Scenic Byway requesting $500. Motion?
Make a motion.
Second.
Robert's doing. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? All those opposed? I thank you until June 30th. I'm doing the bookkeeping till then. After that, I'm done. So, the Forest Area Chamber of Commerce is requesting $1,500. Do I have a motion? Yep. Second? Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries. St. Peter's Food Pantry requesting $1,000. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion.
Second.
Any discussion, questions, comments? Seeing none, all those in favor? All those opposed? Winslow Community Covered, requesting $500. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion.
Second.
Any discussion, questions or comments?
Is that available to, members of the town here to use?
Yeah, they're the folks that do the thing here.
They bring the truck up with like fresh vegetables, I believe, right?
Once a month, they come on Wednesday mornings,
Yeah.
and it's published, the calendar is published on their website.
They said once every other week, they said every 2 weeks they're here.
In the summertime.
Yeah, that's what, they were here this week and they said we'll be here in 2 weeks, so.
Maybe in the winter. they
Just so you
bring
know.
it back. Okay.
All the guys come up and stock up stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they stop at the Solon Food Cupboard too, so.
Yeah, it is.
Yep. Okay, all those in favor of the Winslow, all those opposed? Central Maine Pyrotechnics is asking $3,750. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion.
Second.
Any discussion?
That's for fireworks?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just checking. Just like it.
And it's not the full.
Split it with the,
When is it, July third?
So this year they're on Friday, this is raising money for next year's.
right.
Oh, this is where.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be on Saturday the 3rd, correct, next year?
No,
That's for next year.
so you can come to the ones on the 3rd here, I'm gonna put a little plug, in Solon on the 4th, we have our fireworks, and we're also doing a 250th birthday for the US, so we're doing a days of things, we've got a craft fair, if anybody wants to sign up, they can call the Solon Town Office, there's a chili cook-off, there's gonna be like events for the kids, a bounce house, and we're gonna try to get a dunk tank, I don't know if I can get a selectman to get in, but we'll find somebody. Food sale, Masons are doing a chicken barbecue if you wanna buy tickets, so we're just trying to get community
Get
out
Wayne
there.
in it. Get Wayne in it.
That would be great, I'm really gonna try.
Is it at the town office?
No, it's at the Solon School, so we're gonna, the craft fair and chili cook-off are during the day in the gym. And then the Masons are doing a chicken barbecue and selling, tickets, I think the money's gonna go toward the food cupboard, and they donate their stuff. And then I host, then there's gonna be events during the day, and then I host a food sale from like 5 to 9 to raise money for the rec. Fingers crossed I get enough rec parents to help, so, because I need like 5 people at a time. So, anyway, little plug, sorry, but it's supposed to be bigger this year, I mean, more than just fireworks, so. Okay, I think we still need to vote on the pyrotechnics. Did we vote on that one? We didn't. All those in favor? All those opposed? Okay, thank you. Okay. Article 6.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you guys.
Make them wait till the end?
Next year we'll put it at the end.
See what sum of money the plantation will raise and appropriate.
Give the
for
cookies.
town
Take two.
hall. The board of assessors recommends $26,575. Do I have a motion?
Make the motion.
I second. Any discussion?
Is that right there?
Page 4, top of page 4.
Yeah, we can, I was gonna say go back, and if you have questions online.
Yeah, if you people want time to look over that and formulate a question, feel free.
Because I think if you guys follow the chart and I read off the articles, you'd probably be able to follow along, I think.
Yeah,
At
it should be
least
right,
those next few.
should be
Yeah.
right in order
Yep,
for the drafts or the charts there.
so you can, yeah, stay on that draft.
Motion to accept as written. Second it.
Any discussion?
What is the equipment? That was used. Isn't there a cost in town hall?
The equipment that, so the town budget last year was 47, we spent 12.5. A lot of that was the generator. And you can see that we've gone back to, because we raised special money for that generator, but it still goes under expenses, that's why you see it so high. And 4,000 equipment is going to be, anything that we, for instance, this last winter, the well pressure tank went, and so we had a plumber come up, so that would be equipment for the new well, pressure tank, and then services would be the labor part of it, so it's for that type of, stuff.
Equipment is what I was told by Mark. Equipment is anything new. Maintenance is the pressure tank and
Oh, okay.
the labor and the, so if we're replacing something, that's, comes under maintenance. But any
Equipment, you said.
new equipment, and that was the generator, that 12.5.
Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor of Article 6 as recommended? All those opposed? Article passes. Article 7, to see what sum of money the plantation will raise and appropriate for the bus garage. The Board of Assessors recommends $3,050. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion to accept as read.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of Article 7 as recommended? All those opposed? Article 8, to see what sum of money the plantation will raise and appropriate for public safety. The Board of Assessors recommends $47,647. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion to accept as read.
Second.
Any discussion?
Why did the budget get chopped of our truck fund money?
That's a separate,
So that's a different one,
because
different category.
that was voted already on the special meeting. You're talking about the fire station?
No, the $4,000 that the budget this year for, a truck that we're supposed to be acquiring in about 2 weeks.
Public safety. That's the next one.
That's what we're on.
Oh, we're on public safety?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess I'm not following.
yeah.
No, I'm not either.
The bottom of the budget sheet, got chopped off and handed in.
I mean, the fire department budget sheet is the same.
Oh. I have no idea. I didn't get this from you, I had to go to the West Forks to get this.
He emailed it to you.
I didn't receive it. I'm sorry, I had to go to the West Forks and get whatever they had. For both this and the sheriff, I could not get a response and I needed to go to print, so.
So what's missing, Tom, from
There was a $4,000 line on the bottom for truck funding to replace the old forestry.
underneath the property lease?
Yep. They tackled it a little bit different on their end, that's probably why this was chopped off, but I did send that to the town,
To the town or to the clerk?
the town.
I didn't get it, I asked.
But at any rate, we're supposed to, take a delivery on a,
Well, someone can make a motion that we increase it to that, as long as we understand what the discussion, everybody's doing.
Yeah, cause it's an open-ended, people,
So
they.
it sounds like what happened is the West Forks, they approached that,
they
changed the budget
separated it
differently,
out
so
on a
they
different,
deleted it off
different
this.
line after the budget was written.
Okay, so they deleted off this, and then we got a copy that they had adapted already, so we would, if that's the copy we were working on, we wouldn't have known it was there.
So I think
But
we
I
have
think
to make a motion to accept this as it is and then second it, and then someone else has to make a motion to amend it. Isn't
Yeah,
that how it
so
works?
we already are in discussion, so there's already been a motion on the floor
Alright.
to accept as recommended. That person can make, a motion, they can amend their motion to increase it to
Can I
whatever.
make a motion to amend?
Or did you make the original motion?
I think I did, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna make a motion to amend my, recommendation from 47 to 51,647.
And the person who seconded that, Dave?
I second that.
Okay.
It's 4,000 even?
This truck is it just 4,000 for the truck, is other
No,
people
it's
sharing?
12,000, Sandy.
I'm asking, I don't know.
Yeah,
What
it's
about-
It's
Well-
12,000, so we divide it 3 ways amongst the
Yeah, okay.
entities, so.
Just make sure to direct questions this way, just so we don't have crosstalk. That's all right.
Try this.
That's all right. Okay, so we have an amendment, so we had an original motion, we have it amended. Any discussion on the amendment? Seeing none, all those in favor of the amended amount of 51,647? Any opposed?
51,989, right?
51,647.
Oh, okay.
That's what I,
4,000 more than.
I got you, yeah.
making sure I'm doing my math right. Okay, Article 9, to see what sum of money the plantation will raise and appropriate for public works. The Board of Assessors recommends $125,110. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion to accept as read.
Second,
Any discussion? Yep.
Does that include street signs? And the public? Yeah. No,
Street
street
signs.
signs.
Signage, like-
Signs in the town are
Like
in
road-
really bad shape, and there's a lot missing, and things need to be done, and I didn't know if it's included in there somewhere.
Like road signs or like speed signs?
Road signs, poles, whatever, there's a lot of them that are in disrepair.
There's a bunch of road signs in the garage right now, so somebody would have to go in there and.
I know, but
So-
I'm asking, the
Is
question
that
was,
Sandy, are you
Yes.
concerned with the road signs or regular signage like at the dam or whatever?
no, the road signs that are.
So the
haven't
road
been
signs,
amended.
we do have a pretty good budget for our road maintenance, and that will come out of that road maintenance, so yes.
I mean, it isn't listed specifically.
Right,
It's
now,
under road maintenance.
right, we didn't ask for any more money, cause we have a pretty good account in that one, so we can take that out of there.
Okay, I just checking.
Any other questions or comments?
Yeah.
Seeing none, all those in favor of Article 9 as recommended? All those opposed? Motion carries. Article 10, to see what sum of money the plantation will raise and appropriate for the following reserve accounts. Are they?
The reserve accounts.
The Board of Assessors recommends 200,000, and they're listed where on that?
They are,
Page 5, middle table additions to reserves.
Do I have a motion?
I make a motion.
I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? I'll give you guys a second.
Yeah, we need more than that.
Okay, I'll give you 5 seconds.
Oh,
Which is, one is pushing
Any-
the ceiling, things like that.
Any questions or comments on Article 10? Seeing none, all those in favor of Article 10? All those opposed? See what sum of money, Article 11, see what sum of money the plantation will raise and appropriate for plantation debt service. The Board of Assessors recommends $83,500. All municipal bonded debt must be paid, therefore, if the people vote no on this article, the amount will be automatically appropriated from unassigned fund balance. So, do I have a motion on Article 11?
I make a motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of Article 11? All those opposed? Okay. Education,
Sean, grab the green piece of paper there.
the green card, he's a voter.
Yeah.
Yeah, just grab the green card, yep.
yeah, grab a green card, let them remember.
You're back on the school board. Just so you know.
Okay, Article 12, to see what sum of money the plantation will be authorized to expend for regular instruction. The Board of Assessors and the School Board Directors recommend $13,000. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Second. Any discussion? Do we have?
Page 26, no, this is,
No, they didn't have anything in here. Yeah, the superintendent's here, so if you have any questions, we can. Any questions on Article 12? Seeing none, all those in favor of Article 12 as recommended? All those opposed? Article 13, to see what sum of money the plantation will be authorized to expend for system administration. The Board of Assessors and School Board Directors recommend $7,725. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion.
And a second, okay, 2 for 1. Any discussion on Article 13? Seeing none, all those in favor? All those opposed? Article 14, to see what sum of money the plantation will be authorized to expend on all other expenditures. The Board of Assessors and School Board Directors recommend $10,000.
I'll make a motion.
Second?
second.
Wait, any discussion? Seeing none? Oh, all those in favor? I thought it was a question, so all those opposed? Okay, Article 15, to see what sum of money the plantation will appropriate for the total cost of funding public education from kindergarten to grade 12 as described in the Essential Programs and Services Funding Act, and to see what sum the plantation will raise as its contribution to the total cost of funding public education from kindergarten to grade 12 as prescribed in the Essential Programs and Servicing Funding Act in accordance with the Maine Revised Statutes, Title 20A, Section 1560B. The Board of Assessors and School Board Directors recommend raising and appropriating $0.
I'll make a motion.
Yeah, I was just gonna give the explanation real quick. The school board administrative unit contribution to the total cost of funding public education from kindergarten to grade 12, as described in the EPS Funding Act, is the amount of money determined by state law to be the minimum amount that the municipality must raise in order to receive a full amount of state dollars. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
So why is it at
Second.
0?
Oh, hold on, do I have a second?
Second,
Yep, okay. Why is it at 0?
because we have money that has been raised for the last 20 to 25 years, every year, and so we have a reserve of $332,000 that we probably, that by law, we cannot use it for anything other than education. So essentially, we never have to raise money for schools again.
For a while.
Yeah, for a while.
For a very long time.
4 years.
Until,
Yeah, for at least another 4 years.
So you approve the expenditure, so that
We're gonna approve the expenditure, but we don't have to raise an appropriate.
raise it by
because
taxation.
And that figure came out of the accounting investigation and all
Yes.
that stuff.
yes,
Over,
Yeah,
in an effort to get us back.
right.
on page 6, under, bank reserve, or reserve accounts, that is there, yeah.
Any other questions or comments on Article 15? Seeing none, all those in favor? All those opposed? Article 15 carries. Article 16, to see what sum of money the plantation will raise and appropriate in additional local funds, which will exceed the state's essential programs and services allocation model, as required to fund the budget recommended by the school board of directors. The Board of Assessors and the school board of directors recommend raising $0 and appropriating the $30,725. So, yeah, go ahead, the
I make a
explanation.
motion, yeah, I make a motion to, raise 0 and appropriate the $30,725.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of Article 16? All those opposed? Article 17, see what sum of money the plantation will authorize the school committee to expend for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 26th, ending June 30th, 2027, for the school administrative units contribution to the total cost of funding public education from kindergarten to grade 12, as described in the Essential Programs and Services Funding Act, non-state funded school construction projects, additional local funds for school purposes under the revised statutes, Title 20A, Section 15690, unexpended balances, tuition receipts, state subsidy, and other receipts for the support of schools. The Board of Assessors and the School Board Directors recommend the $30,725. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion, accept this read.
Do I have a second? Any other discussions? All those in favor of Article 17 as recommended? All those opposed?
Can I just say thank you? Thank you. You, folks are very good people.
Don't
I enjoy coming up, not as much today as other days. Bingham was a horror show. It was just,
It was down,
oh
right?
my goodness, it was just, yeah, crazy. But I really appreciate, working for you. You are very good. I see a little one back there. Congratulations. So yes, things are coming along. And thank you for, offering to serve, or now you have to, because you've been voted in. You seem to be a very important person in town. So I have an agenda for you. For our meeting in September, and my contact information, if you could just email me and then we can connect and all that. But thank you so much.
And Sean, by the way, you're, the second, Lindsay, we voted her in your absence, hopefully that's.
You're real one.
You got it, buddy.
You're still in the school board.
Yay.
What?
Number 1.
Chair.
You're number 2.
Oh, where was your rock, paper, scissors for that?
But thank you so much. You people are great, and if anybody needs anything, please, email me, drreginacampbell@gmail.com. And again, happy
Thank you.
Sunday.
Thank you. Very careful. Okay, Article 18, to see what sum of money the plantation will raise, to be added to the general fund's unassigned fund balance. The Board of Assessors recommends $30,000. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion.
Do I have a second? Any discussion on
What
Article
is the
18?
reasoning behind that?
So did you, did you get this letter?
And it's about a week.
Okay, so that is, I mean, it's a long explanation, but basically we have our reserve accounts exceed what our actual balance is in the bank. So because of that, education fund. So what we're trying to do is replenish the unassigned fund balance so that we have money to pay our bills and whatnot, that we aren't taking from the reserves. So that's basically, you know, I think Mark said we were $63,000 in arrears right now. And so we're just trying to remedy that, not have a huge hit this year by just doing it $30,000 until we are caught up, basically.
And there was no way to diminish the education fund?
We
That
did,
voted on?
yeah, oh, no, because, right, because
Once it's been voted on, you can't.
by law.
But we can't even get people together and say, you know, we don't need that much money, let's take $100,000 and put it towards the general fund. You can't do it, once it's been voted and assigned to education, it can't be spent on anything else, so.
That's the only fund that falls within that, strict guideline.
The rest of them, you should have a town meeting and ask people to, you know, say, let's move this money from here to there, but not the
No in
business.
education?
No, it's
Wow.
dedicated to that, so we can't do anything else with it.
There's a surplus in the funds of, and the funds of education. Maybe we should have more of that,
Yeah, huge. We should use that.
Yeah, right, we can use that for Jim.
Yeah. Need more rats.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments on Article 18? Seeing none, all those in favor of Article 18 as recommended, all those opposed? Check mark it first. Article 19, to see if the people will authorize the town to reduce the amounts authorized to be raised in the previous warrant articles by estimated non-tax revenues to be collected during the year. The Board of Assessors recommends yes. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
A second.
Any questions or comments on that article? That makes sense to everybody? All those in favor? All those opposed? Article 19 passes. Article 20, to see if people will dissolve the bus reserve balance to the general fund's unassigned fund balance. The Board of Assessors recommend yes. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Have a second?
Second it.
Any discussion on Article 20? Yep.
Let's discuss how much is there and how much we want to transfer.
It's only, yeah,
It's
sorry.
like 26,000, I think.
In the reserve account,
36.
on page 6, you'll see, the bus line, $36,314.90.
That's what's left in there.
Yeah.
And what we can do, once, if we do get students and we need a bus, we can take from the education.
Right, no, I'm,
So-
up the reserve there.
Right, for the buses.
So that's the 36, good deal.
And just so everyone knows, this year we used to have 11 bank accounts. We took all of our accounts and we consolidated it into one account. And so we, as of October, like it was at the end of October, we've made $17,000 in interest this year, whereas last year we were paying service fees. So we were paying like, you know, only $10 per, and we were making maybe $600 a year in interest. We're being, so, and it shows it in that,
Last year,
revenue.
24-25, we earned $294.80 in interest. This year, we earned $17,010.78. This
But that's
year, our
only
fees
since
were
October.
$780, because that was before we went to the sweep account. Last year, the fees were $468. So we actually paid more in fees last year, about $200 more than we earned in interest, and this year it's not even close, it's like $16.
I did the same thing, Lori.
Now, if you have, like, I mean, somebody's, correct me if I'm wrong, somebody said that like the education will have like $300,000 in it, right? Can you put that in a money market or something that has a higher interest rate and
We
I mean, higher return
It
rate?
is, it's all in this, sweep,
Which is the
so
money
in our
market.
general account, we have just $50,000 in the sweep account that replenishes that every time it gets below 50,000. The sweep account puts more money in so that it stays at 50,000, and that's our working capital.
The sweep account's
So-
our money market.
And so we negotiated, we went to several banks and we negotiated the best interest rate that we could get, and,
Who'd you end up
went
with?
back and forth. We ended up with Skowhegan,
Well.
which we've always been with.
Never
but
been able
we-
to do business with them.
Well, that's what our accountant said too,
Yeah.
but, they came to the table and they,
We were ready to go to Camden because we had pretty good business, so, you know,
Yeah.
and then it was like, okay.
Then they called us back.
Fantastic.
and they met everything that, you know, that the other proposal was, and then some. So that's,
Yes,
we stayed with them.
Same thing.
They
right?
took all of our fees away, and then, and then in a couple months into it, I noticed that there was still fees and our interest anyway, so they recognized that they made a mistake and went back, and, you know, 2 months prior, they corrected all their, so, yeah, it was a positive.
Great.
I did the same thing with Frank, we went from $325 a year in interest. The first year I got $22,500. The first year I switched over, because I put money in CDs, money market, and then checking. Not as much this year, it's a bit lower, but yeah, it makes it, and you consolidate all the accounts.
I'll show up to an assessors meeting and I'll ask these questions, sorry.
Okay, any other questions on Article 20? Seeing none, all those in favor? All those opposed? He's smart, you got it tucked in his book. Article 21,
Don't
see
tell
what,
me, but how long have you been down?
oh, two of you have done it. Oh, it's smart, that's good. To see if the people will ratify fiscal year 25-26 over expenditures and appropriate them for the general fund's unassigned fund balance. The board of assessors recommends yes. Do I have a motion?
I make the motion.
I second.
Any discussion?
Could you explain this a little bit, please?
This one I'm gonna have a hard time with.
So you overexpended in some accounts, not necessarily like little line items, but in, like, what's an account you overexpended on? Like, say if it was general administration, you were over $200 because of whatever,
Helps us
went up.
distribute the money evenly if we go over on this one and that
Put
one.
the
and
line
that-
item in
Yeah.
a already approved budget.
Instead of
So
just
is it-
going line item by line item.
So is it within your department budget, this is for, or over the budget?
Within.
Within, oh, okay. So that's why, right, that's why you vote on, did you vote on that way last year?
No.
Okay, that's why this article, because otherwise you won't need this next time. I wasn't sure if this is above and beyond, and say you raised $100,000, you were over $200, and you needed to take money out of the unexpended fund balance, that you could have an article for that to kind of cover your overages, but this is different, this is for last year, okay, that makes sense. Any other questions or comments for Article 21? Seeing, seeing none, all those in favor? He's just quick on the draw. All those opposed? See it out of the corner of my eye moving, so. Article 22, to see if the people will approve the forest plantation municipality to retain all service fees authorized in the Title 29A, subsection 201, municipal officials as agents. The Board of Assessors recommends yes. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion.
Second.
Any discussion? So this is for agent fees?
Yeah.
Yep. Does that, everybody understand what that was for? All those in favor of Article 22? All those opposed? Article 23, to see if the people wish to authorize the tax collector to accept prepayment of taxes not yet committed pursuant to MRS Title 36, Section 506, and to refund without interest any excess amounts paid over the amount finally committed. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion.
Do I have a second? Second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of Article 23, all those opposed? Couple more housekeeping ones. Article 24, to see if the people will approve the following property tax collection policies. Article 24A, any overpayment of taxes from 1 cent to $100 will not be refunded due to the cost of administration. Okay, it's kind of done as a negative, probably should be a positive, but that's fine. So,
I make a motion.
any, a second?
Second.
Any discussion on 24A? Seeing none, all those in favor? All those opposed? Article 24B, any tax monies $101 and over will be refunded less the amount of the town's cost of processing.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All those in favor? All those opposed? Oh, question, sorry, I skipped that part.
This might be like the most dramatic thing ever, but what if it's $100.10? It's in between those two.
Good. Yeah, so technically you're leaving on the table the $100 to $100.99.
Not that that's like
Yeah.
absolutely gonna happen, but.
Probably not that,
It should be amended.
yeah. I probably just
For
worded it
written
different.
reasons.
Yeah, I probably just worded differently
We
next
should
time.
amend
Yeah,
that.
I know it.
So, so the verbiage is in the article, if it was part of the recommendation, you could change it. So I don't think you,
Well,
And I probably should have asked this as part of like the 24A, but is the over, I know they won't be refunded, but is the credit moving forward?
Yes.
Okay.
The way I read this, if we reject 24B,
it's
if by, because of 24A, then it would be refunded.
yeah, it would be.
It's
So
kind
you
of
could,
redundant, so anything over $100 even would be refunded.
Okay.
So we can reject this one safely, and we can rewrite it next year at $100 and a penny,
so you can,
which is a good catch.
yeah.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
it's not like.
30 years.
Okay, so,
I think you should be on the school board.
There you
Okay,
go.
so
So if
Dave
it-
made the original motion, so Dave, you have to,
Third.
say that he doesn't,
the,
retracts it?
yeah, there was the word was just in there, I had it in my head, where you take back your motion, yeah.
I rescind my motion.
That's the word, rescind his motion.
And I rescind the second.
Okay, so I'll make a motion to pass over Article 24B. All those in favor of passing over Article 24B and taking no action? All those opposed? Yeah. That's good. Okay. Article 25, to see if the people will authorize the Board of Assessors to expend from the general fund's unassigned fund balance to meet unanticipated emergencies that may occur during the fiscal year. Oops. It's 25, 26. I wonder if you can make it technical.
That's a typo.
You
Should
do
be
whatever we want,
26,
go for it now, come on.
26. Oh, brother.
We make the rules.
You could definitely tell it was a typo.
So much.
That, I mean.
Make a motion to amend it as written to 26 to 20, or 20, yeah, for the next hearing. Yeah,
I think if
I make a motion to amend.
It doesn't make a substantive, well,
Yeah.
substantive, I mean, because you're not changing the dollar
Education, I know,
amount.
I know. Yeah.
Amend as written too.
Can we send it back to school?
So this is supposed to be 26, 27.
Yes.
27.
Whoops.
We probably don't need to read this, so
Yeah,
this was a leftover from last year.
So we-
I think we do need
We
that.
do need it.
I listened to the whole Harry Potter series.
Yeah, so this is what we do, yeah, we do the same thing, so, and the board can expend up to $5,000, anything above that needs, a special town meeting.
Correct.
So.
I make a motion to approve, list of typo.
She's looking up the process.
I'm just double checking on the amendment, see if it says anything substantial.
I already did that.
Otherwise, we'll see you next week for a special town meeting for this one.
Probably not.
I mean, it has to be done, it has to be done.
We've amended stuff like this before.
That's why we live in this little town with all our friends and we try to help each other do things.
I'm hangry.
You get a snack of the crazy?
I know, well, it's kind of silly to freaking eat my sandwich when we're all staring at it.
Anybody wanna take a break now before we finish?
No.
Just kidding.
God.
I heard this. I just heard this side
So well
conversation.
then.
I know.
All right.
Okay, so Article 25, we have it amended.
Yes.
Okay, it's more
Tom
of a,
and I seconded.
yeah,
It's
clerical
amended. Yeah.
amendment.
Yeah.
All those in favor as amended? All those opposed? Okay, Article 26, will the people vote to accept any grants, reimbursements, or other monies provided by the state of Maine, such as Maine Revenue Services, Maine Property Tax Services, Tree Growth, and Department of Transportation and others, and to spend it or disperse it to the assigned entity for the purposes intended as approved by the assessors? Do I have a motion?
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? All those opposed? Article 27, to see if the people will vote to authorize the Board of Assessors on behalf of the plantation to dispose of any real estate acquired by the plantation for non-payment of taxes thereon on such terms as they may deem advisable, and to execute quitclaim deeds for such property. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion.
Do I have a second? So, any discussion on Article 27?
Is this one of these things that's always here?
Yeah.
I don't know, I can't remember, but we do it once a year, yeah. I'm usually gone by now,
Yeah, no, they've streamlined it, but I've done a few of these, so yeah, really good. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of Article 27? All those opposed? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Yes.
Have that motion.
Do I have a second? I
Yes.
think that was included. We're all set.
Thank you everyone for coming,
That
and
was very efficient.
grab a cookie or two on the way out. I mean, Beth made those, they're delicious, more than I need. I only bought a half a gallon of milk, so.
So a new member of, I would record this.
Okay.
Crack that dam.
Yeah.
We'll try and change it to just Article 24.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.